welcome back. My name is Allison and I am a freelance graphic designer. I make videos about design, so if you're interested in that, please definitely subscribe. Today I am doing a video about the discovery process, which can be shrouded in a lot of mystery. I know that it was for me, so I'm hoping that I can put this information out there to hopefully maybe validate your own process or add something that you may not have thought about, or just kind of give you a little bit of extra help. So I am addressing the topic of the discovery process today. I actually made a whole class about this topic for personal branding on Skillshare. I will leave a link down below if you're interested in that. But today we are going to be focusing on the discovery process for a client project. Just a little disclaimer, every project is different and everyone's process is a little different as well. So this is going to be kind of general, but I just wanted to give you some basic tips and tricks that you can maybe adapt to your own projects. I also created a free resource for you guys. It's linked down below. It just has all the same information that I'm going to be presenting in this video. If you download it, just leave me a comment down below letting me know that you found it useful. Okay, with all that being said, let's get into it. So the first step is to talk to your client. Whether that's email or phone or whatever, you just need to have a conversation with them and you need to have a list of questions ready to ask them. So the goals for the discovery process are to get to know your client and establish trust, learn the project goal, and set clear expectations for what success is. That way it takes out a little bit of that subjectivity. So in the resource, I have a list of questions that you can ask your client, and these are just really basic questions. I usually add or subtract or modify questions depending on what the project needs. So basically you just need to hop on the phone and be like, "Hi client, who are you? What are your needs? Who is your ideal client? What makes you different from others?" The most important questions are what makes your client different, figuring out who their competitors are, and seeing if there's anything they already know that they want to avoid. Ideally, the clients that you're working with have a story to tell or a product or service that they're really passionate about. So you want to find that passion and talk to them and let their personality shine and kind of identify the things that are going to make your client unique and how to let that shine through in the brand that you create for them. And even though the discovery process is taking some of that subjectivity away, asking them what they already know that they want to avoid is a great way to kind of reduce the amount of work and grief that you will have, because if they feel very strongly about something, they're just not gonna like it if you present it to them. So that gets it off the table just right away. The next thing that you want to do with your client is come up with an ideal client persona. And this is not your client. This is your client's audience. So you want to help them make that distinction because you're not actually making work for your client per se. You're making it for their audience. You want to define the name, age, job, personality traits. You want to know where they shop. You want to make this persona basically as real as you can make it, because it will be much easier later on when you're presenting your directions to say, like, what would Steven think of this direction, so that you are helping your client to remove kind of like the personal preference monster. You're kind of just helping them to realize, okay, this isn't for me, this is for Steven. So my one piece of advice when you are doing this is sit down and spend some time on Unsplash or Pexels or wherever you get your images from and really dig. Because it is really obvious that you kind of just picked the first picture on Unsplash when it's just like generic smiling image. You want to find something that really exudes personality. So I just would bypass like the first 10 images and just keep digging. Alright, so now you have all of the information from your client, hopefully, and you just want enough that you can start researching and putting together your pitch. And this part is kind of what tripped me up because it was just kind of like, what do you do? Do you just like Google things? And the answer is kind of yes, but you want to have a little bit more focus for it. So I provided some ideas for you so that you can kind of guide your thinking about how to find the best direction for your client. So one great place to start is a competitor analysis. So your client will probably know who their competitors are, but if they don't, you want to do that research yourself. At this point, I like to go into InDesign or Illustrator and just pull in all of those different logos from their competitors. I would pick maybe like 3 to 4, and then just start pulling information about them. So their name, their website, what colors do they use, what type do they use, all of that kind of aesthetic information. And then you want to analyze what they're doing. And basically what you're doing is you're trying to find something that's not there, which is kind of hard to train your eye to do, but you're just trying to figure out where your client specifically can stand out. Okay, so now you have all of this information about your client, you have research, you have competitor analysis, you have all of this stuff. And now you want to determine a direction. So was there something that you noticed that their competitors weren't doing? So like, for instance, if they're all using serif type, maybe you could use sans serif type? Or were they all using like shades of green and you could make your client's branding orange or something? Also, do they have something that makes them unique? Like, are they a plant store that has a really cool old dog that just takes naps on the floor and then they greet every customer when they come in? You could put that in the branding. So you want to start thinking strategically about the information that you have. So once you have all of that, you can build a deck to present that back to your client. So I've included a checklist in the document so that you can kind of just like see what you need to include. So the goal is to convince your client of the direction that you want, and you want to show them that you are listening. So repeating information back is totally fine, and I would encourage it. Hey client, you told me that you wanted your brand to be specific trait. Well, this brand that I am presenting to you exudes specific trait by doing X, Y, and Z. So you want to get like really specific with them. So the structure of this document, I include the project goal, which kind of helps to just recenter your client. So then I list out the brand traits. So I say you wanted to be X, Y, and Z. You wanted to appear this way to your clients. So I will remind them of that moving forward. And then I present back the ideal client persona. So now I will have an image and I will have all of the traits and different brands that they shop at, followed by the competitor analysis. And then after all of that, I present the potential directions. You can do this in a couple of different ways. You can do sketch concepts, or you could do mood boards, kind of like anything that allows you to show them how the specific visual decisions that you made meet their goals. So I have a link down in the description so that you can go download it off of Dropbox. And if you found it helpful, just let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to hear what you have to say. And if you want to know about anything else in the creative process, let me know and I can see if I can make a video on it. Alright, that is it for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, and I will see you next time.